Welcome to World Energy Television. I'm Richard Loomis, CEO of World Energy, and today we're at the Summer NAPE Expo 2008, hosting on-camera dialogues, and we have the privilege of visiting with Edgar Anderson, the president of Meritech Resources, Inc. Edgar, thank you very much for joining us.
Well, thank you for having me, Richard. It's a pleasure.
I appreciate that. So what brings you to Summer NAPE this year?
Well, this is a one-of-a-kind event, NAPE is. It's an opportunity to see a number of drilling opportunities in one location. There's nothing really like NAPE. It's also a great networking opportunity. There's so many people that I see, maybe once or twice a year, and usually it's at this NAPE event. It attracts a lot of people.
So how long have you been coming?
Oh, been coming, I think since not the first year, but probably the second year it started, and I can't remember how many years that's been. It's been some time now.
It's really been growing, though.
Each year it gets bigger and bigger, and more people, and just more and more diversity, onshore, offshore, international.
It certainly does. Let's talk a little bit about Meritech. What do you guys see on the horizon?
Well, let me tell you a little bit about Meritech if I can. Meritech Resources, we're primarily focused on the Gulf of Mexico on the shelf. We're a wholly owned subsidiary of Tetra Technologies, which is an oil service company. We've kind of got a unique business model with our association with them. Typically, we've acquired mature properties in the Gulf of Mexico and produce them out to find other opportunities for drilling there. And then when we're finished, we have sister companies that are in the diving, heavy lift, decommissioning, well P&A business.
In the United States, oil production has been declining.
True.
Do you see anything that might change that?
Not just in the United States, but in the world, oil production is declining, and at the same time, the world demand is increasing for oil. I do not see anything in the short term to turn that around. I think at these prices, you've got a lot of people trying, a lot of capital that's being deployed to try to find more oil, but I just do not see anything in the short term to get that demand, or the supply rather, to be where the demand is.
I agree with you. On the other side of the equation, on natural gas, we've actually seen a slight increase here in the United States. That's
true. It's my understanding production here in the United States has been growing 8 to 9%, I think, over the last couple of years. Demand has also grown, so it'll be interesting to see how that plays out, with gas being a more domestic, less exportable commodity. I think it's a good opportunity for us to use more gas. Right now, here in Texas, most of our electricity is generated by coal, which is not nearly as clean a fuel as natural gas. So I would hope, having more gas production would cause us to choose gas, which is a more cleaner fuel.
And with Meritech, are you primarily natural gas, or do you have oil as well?
We have about 55% gas, 45% oil right now, so somewhat balanced. With the prices the way it is, though, the oil makes up more than half of our revenue, but is less than half of our reserves.
Yeah, I think it was over $115 this morning.
Right.
How do the opportunities in the Gulf stack up right now? What are you seeing out there?
Well, again, we're focused primarily on the shelf, not in the deep water. And it's a very mature basin. I think it's been explored for a number of years. The opportunities are getting scarcer and scarcer. These high prices are making some of the smaller opportunities profitable.
We often comment on the lack of resources, the lack of rigs, the lack of people. Has this been affecting your business?
Absolutely. People is a real scarce commodity to find, real good people. We've been fortunate, I think, to have a very good staff that we've built up over the year, and I think they're the secret to our growth, our success. But we still have some openings, and the people that we do have are getting on up to the point where we may be losing some to retirement before long. So we've got to be thinking about replacing those. As such, we've started some intern programs, actually reaching out to younger people, to people in college, and we've hired some people out of college, which in the past is something a company our size may not do.
What do you tell someone coming out of college about this industry when we've got so much negative press out there?
Oh, I think it's a unique industry. It really is. Mark Twain once said, it comes a point in every boy's life where he wants to go dig for treasure, and I've always kind of liked that, and I kind of feel like that's where we are. We explore. We look for opportunities. We don't make anything necessarily, so it can be very exciting, very rewarding. I think someone going into this industry has to realize that it's very much an international industry now, and they need to be prepared to go international in their career.
In looking at energy as a whole, and it is an election year, do you think either candidate can get their arms around this issue?
I think we've got three very smart candidates. I think they can. Too often what we hear from them are sound bites, and some of the actions of Congress make you think, okay, are they really that clueless? No, I have confidence that I think they can get their arms around it. I think we as an industry need to do our best to educate them. It's a very big issue. It's one that cannot be ignored. It's one that's been ignored for too long, though.
Well, if you were going to say something to either candidate about this industry, what would it be?
About this industry, just the importance of energy. Hopefully they realize that, even though they may not understand all the issues. We cannot afford to import 60+% of our oil. We're in a situation now where most of the oil resources are under the control of national oil companies, and we're just at a very situation here where it makes me uncomfortable, and I hope they get uncomfortable to the point where we can find a solution. And it's got to be a multifaceted solution. More drilling is part of it. I think more nuclear plants is part of it. More windmills and everything that we can do.
Do you think the public is ready to get into this issue?
I think so. I've really been impressed with some of the public response. To the point sometimes where I think you see some of the candidates actually changing their point of view on some issues, and I think that's being caused by polls, by the public. So we've got a smart public out there, and as an industry we need to do more to educate them.
Do you think the public is well informed, and what could we be doing better?
They're informed to a point. We've got a very different industry, and it's hard for them to understand all of it. What can we be doing more? I think things like you are doing, and putting things out here on TV, on cable, in print, to educate them. I think there's more that we can do. I'd like to see more education in the schools. I've been involved with the Society of Petroleum Engineers in the past, and their Magic Suitcase program, where they actually take that into the schools to educate the students a little bit more about our industry. I'm a charter member of the Offshore Energy Center, which is a great museum and education opportunity for people down in Galveston to learn more about our offshore industry.
Well, this has been very interesting. Any final thoughts for our audience?
Not really, just educate yourself all that you can, and I think this is a wonderful industry. It's incredibly important. The energy issue is extremely important, and it's going to be not an easy solution, and I think we're all going to have to be part of it.
Edgar, thank you very much.
Well, thank you, Richard.
I'm Richard Loomis for World Energy Television, and we've been visiting with Edgar Anderson, President of Meritech Resources, Inc. And thank you very much for watching.